This is Damon Stevens with FinWealth Live, and today is Wednesday, June 2nd, 2021, and this is a stock market update. And what a day it was. If you had a down day prior to today, hopefully you're able to catch all these moves today, because boy, did the market move on some of these stocks. Reddit, Wall Street bets, whatever you call it, they were out today in full force and all across the board. It was an amazing day. I was very excited about sharing a lot of stocks. So be patient with me. I got a lot to cover, but hopefully this will give you some ideas. Also some ways to keep yourself safe. Hopefully I'm out there in the market. But if you have not subscribed to us, please subscribe, FinWealth Live, and like our videos. And that way I can continue to bring more content, more ideas to you. They'll hopefully help you to become more profitable. If you look at the Dow Jones, closed up 0.07%, NASDAQ 0.14%, and S&P 500 0.14%. It's very interesting at the close too, because earlier in the day, NASDAQ was down, SPY was down a little bit, and they rallied at the end of the day to close green for the day. Barely, but they obviously had something in mind. They did not want to look negative, and so we closed out positive across the board. If you look at the heat map, though, you can see that most everything was pretty close to being flat across all the high techs. Financials had mixed, healthcare was mixed, communications was slightly down, but still really kind of flat. Consumer defense, energy was the strongest one. Real estate was strong. Utilities was pretty strong. But really, I mean, no big movers except for these Reddit stocks. Boy, wait till we get into it. So you can look at AMC was right on the top of the list here on the scanner, and BCTX, which has been on our list for about 2 weeks now. So that was on there. KOSS, that's another one of the Reddit stocks. You got BBBY, which is on there. Pets was on there. EXPR. It was just a great day, and my list is full. My portfolios are full. So just a great day. Let's get into it. So AMC, you can see, wow, what a candle. Look at that breakup candle. That was amazing. So we've been talking about AMC since last week, got into it last week, got into it today, got into it on Monday. So just really, if you got into it, great. Hopefully you're taking profits. I mean, I lost out on a lot of opportunity that I could have taken by taking profits early or not having a full size out there. But man, I cannot risk it. AMC's made people really well to do, and also have destroyed people. So if you're already in it and you're full size, all I can say is, think about taking some profits off the table, at least something, at least what you put into it, so that you don't lose that. And if you really want to let it ride, you can. Later on, I'll tell you kind of where I see this support and resistance being for AMC. But wow, what a day! Glad this was on our radar, and we're watching this and getting into some of this action today. You can see this morning it gapped right up. You had an entry here where you could have got in. If you missed the first entry around 38 under the 41, could have also got back in when it jumped above the lower high today at 42, and a nice fast ride up. Hopefully you're taking profits as it kind of accelerated here and started to slow down and consolidate down at 53. If you didn't, exploded back up to 61, 76. Dip back down here again, give you another chance to get back in, and then ride it back up, and it went up clear up to 72, 62. If you got out, hopefully you got some profits out here as well. If you got in late, still take some profits here. I kind of got in and out of it along the way, just trying to reduce my risk. But wow, what a ride. Where it's going today, I mean, everybody's saying it's going to 100, it's going further than that. I can't tell you where it's possibly going. I can tell you, looking at the charts here, we could pull back and consolidate here to 61.76. Or we could drop back down here to the 50 at 59. You could, I mean, if it really, I mean, it rallies so much, it could retrace back. If it was retracing it back 50%, it'd be down to 51, possibly even 43. If it really retraced back, that would be people, sellers really kind of dumping this. I don't know. I think this could be an interesting week. Don't know when the sellers will come out of it, but right now there's a lot of money being made on AMC. So if you're looking at, potential downside, that's a downside, potential upside. I have a Fibonacci marked out here at back at 82. We have one at 76. And I think on my other chart here, if I go down to another time frame later on, I think I could take you up to 104, I think is the top of Fibonacci that I have. So where will it go to, this week? Don't know. This one I'm going to be really careful with now. I'm happy where I'm at right now. If I can scalp it, I will, but I'm not looking at holding this long. Not looking at, shorting it. If I did, it'd probably be, right now the volatility is so high. If you use stock options, it's going to be expensive and you may end up losing out, especially if it just sits here and consolidates. So just be careful if you're doing options. But if it does accelerate up really high, I might consider putting some puts on it, some put options, and just, something I'm willing to lose everything on, just to see where it can come down. Because obviously with GameStop, when it ran up to close to 400, you saw the same thing. After a few days, it dropped way down. And so those who had put options were loving life. I didn't do that on GameStop. I wrote it up a little bit, but I did not write it back down. So this one I'll be watching. It's on our watch list. It's been on there for since last week. So we're looking for opportunities here going forward to get more of this if we can, but just be real careful if you're trading it. BCTX has been on our watch list here for a few weeks actually. You can see that we had multiple entries in and out, from $3.50 up to $6, back and flow, ebb and flow, ebb and flow. So it continues to trail down. The trend is down, but if you can catch these rides here, even if you got $1 on it, it's a great price for stock. You can buy a lot of it at these low prices. You just got to catch these dips and ride them up, and you can see you have a good support here, around $3 mark. It's found it here and here and here and here, so it's pretty consistent. But you can see that the length or what you get out of it is starting to shrink. So just know that the profitability is shrinking down. So if it gets to kind of where it's choppy, stay away from it, because that'll usually eat up your profits real quick. So this will probably stay on there. It's coming off a little bit. Just might drop this off just because my list is full now with today's action. So we'll see. You can see here today was a great one for BCTX. It just skyrocketed with the rest of those stocks up to peaked out close to $9. So this one just exploded up as well. Didn't stay though. You can see that retraced almost about 50%, which is normal, and just right above the 200. So if you're in that one, you can just be careful. If you haven't taken profits, if you did not take any profits on the way up to 9, that's a bummer. Don't let them all go out. But today was a great day for this stock. Missed most of it because I was paying attention to the other stocks, but I did get a little piece of this, just a couple $100. Not anything to write home about. So, but great day, busy day. It was hard to track everything. There's so much good stuff out there. So you can see here, this is just another view. So you can see that it just gapped way up here to $6 from about $3, ran up to 9, back down again, and now we're kind of consolidating. So as long as it stays here above this 100 and close to, if it can bounce back up over the 50 and all these moving averages, could be another trade on here. But this one would probably be low on my radar, but it's on my list. I'm going to keep tracking it as long as I can get something out of it. Doge's doing great. Loved it. Man, nice jump for this weekend. I don't know if you caught my last video, but we were close to this dip here, leveled out around $30 or 30 cents and rallied right back up. So we're at 43, 42, 43. So we're above all the moving averages. And I think there's going to be resistance about 47.5 and probably around 51 cents. If we can break through that, then we can start climbing right back up to our old high. So initial buy in here was 27. My next purchase was 29, back 29 on this dip here. So, and then I bought at 31. So just kind of averaging in here as I go, just making sure that we're going the right direction. But everything's pointing north. So, and great news coming out tomorrow. So Coinbase will start listing Doge on it. And so that could bring a lot more buyers in. We'll see. There's some rumor out there that it's going to drop, like when Elon was on the show, but this is totally different. This is actually another platform that's supporting Doge. So sometimes that gives you a little bit of a rally. Just be careful if it does, because a lot of times those rallies come in and there's a little bit of a retracement. But you can see right now, look at this big breakdown candle. You can see that, we're almost, 3/4 of the way up this breakdown candle. So once we hit this, this should be resistance. Should have another resistance point here. And then another one possibly at 56. And then you have a nice room to just kind of travel up here to 74 cents. So we'll see what happens. But Doge doing well. Liking it so far. BB, I should probably group this in with the other AMC and the other stocks, but we'll cover some of these others. This was another one that's rallied. So BlackBerry just rallied up. You can see that we had a rally back, earlier in the year, and then to dip down, had another little dip, and then you just see just a rally last 2 days. So again, gonna watch this one. This one could very well try to top out around 20. We'll see, but this one I'm watching. I'm a little more cautious on this one because the volume has been very low. It's up above normal today, but without that strong volume in there, I'm just trying to be careful. But we got a little piece of that, not much today, but trying to grab as much as I can. KOSS I also did. I got this whole group. My list is full for my watch list. So just tracking these, trying to grab as much on these as I can. So you can see that KOSS is in that grouping. And so money's pumping into these. This is great. You see today you had a few entries in. If you missed the first one at 29, you could have got over when it broke above 33. Then you had a nice big old long run up here to 43.81 that dipped down, and now we're finding support above all the moving averages right now, which is great. That means it's not retracing yet. It retraced a little bit from the high and found support. So we'll see if it can hold that tomorrow. This is the one I will trade. Definitely will trade if it can stay above those moving averages. GameStop, it's up. It passed this resistance level. It got past it, so that's good. That means we're traveling up to this last support level, which is around 282. You see the breakup candle here and the breakdown candle right in that area. So I'd be cautious here because you can see where this kind of went clear up to 483, retrace back almost 50%, settle down, and then boom, next day it dropped. So you can see here, this again, it accelerated up here again. You see the next day it dropped. So this accelerated today. So I'm looking tomorrow morning to see when I wake up and the market's ready to open. Are we initially going to have a pullback, or are we just going to start to accelerate and push up? So if we start having a pullback, I'm going to probably wait because you can see that it's done it twice, and it may do it a third time. Now, is it going to pull back to the same distance of this candle, which means it could find support, or fill this gap here? Could come down and fill this space here and come down to, maybe this range here in 230. It could come clear back down here lower and find support back here to where it broke out at 175 or 177. We'll see. But right now it's above all the moving averages. It's very bullish. It's above this prior breakdown candle. So we'll see. So just be careful out there. These are dangerous. Make you a lot of money, but can also lose it real quick. Pets again was in another one. Man, just exploded today. So that was another one. Just a great play. So this might retrace back down here to maybe either down to 43 or maybe down to 38. We'll see. But this one's on my radar too. I'm going to leverage this one as much as I can as it moves and retraces back and gives me another entry. EXPR, we bumped up. You see the high is 14, but you can see that it didn't hold. But we're right above kind of where the high is. So we're going to retrace as we did before tomorrow, possibly. If it is, you know, you can have a few days here and then you can kind of rally back up. You have a few days and you rally back up. So the question is, do we have a few days and rally back up to maybe new highs or up to closer to $9? Or is this going to fail? If it fails and drops back down, it could possibly, you know, find support here. You know, at the 20 around 350, it could come down to the 50 moving average, which is right here around 281, or we could drop lower. Probably more likely, I mean, you should find some support here as we come down versus dropping back down here below that sub-dollar. But we'll see. But another one I'm watching, just be careful with this one. Skills, another one. So this one had a nice rally up to 46. And then you see that it pretty much almost retraced the entire amount after hitting that. And so you can see we're finally curling back up. It's a little concerning because the volume's lower than average, but we're above all the moving averages. So I'm going to see if this can kind of come up and maybe even try to get close to that $30 range. You're up here at around support around $29, $30. And then it might pull back again, back down to maybe 25, 26. And then maybe be in this range here. We'll see. It's possible it could skyrocket back up. It could also fall back down at a support level here around $14, $15. So we'll see what happens. Again, I'll get as much of these as I can. OCGN's been on the list for a while, ever since it rallied back a few weeks ago. I continue to watch it. You can see that that today it finally, after this consolidation, kind of bounced up. It's overall the moving average, at least the 5, the 10, the 20, and the 50. And here's the 100. So it's curling back up, so that's good. It means we could get more of a bullish format or direction here. So keep an eye on it and see what happens. But good movement here. Not as much as the other stocks, but it's still on my list. Beyond Meat had a great rally today. Don't know what's driving it, if it's fitting into that same category, but it had a nice rally. So you had several entries in. If you missed the one this morning, you had 41.60. You could have got on the dip at 143.97, 147.90, and right now we're sitting up close, just under 150. If it can rally tomorrow, it could possibly get up to 152, 153. If it falls back, you have support here at these levels, 147. It could come down to the 50 at 146.93. And then you have the 100 down here at 144. So we'll see, you know, if it does, it has support below to hold it up. If it does a retracement, it could be retracing, you know, back to probably this 100, which is at 144. That's my projection. So just be careful out there with that. What a day, great day. So hopefully you had a great day as well. So earnings, you can see for today, we had Advanced Auto Parts, we had Splunk, Cloudera, NetApp. So I was watching, so after hours, I caught Splunk, didn't catch the other ones. Splunk gave me more of what I'm used to seeing on earnings. So you can see it came down here close to 118 and you had a rally up to 127. So when it came back down here, what you do is you're able to you sell it short up here. It rallies back down. It comes down to the short area here, down to 120, and you got this scalping that you can do right here within a matter of seconds. So good run, good movement. You can see that it dipped down here to close to 118, so got in a little bit there. You can see that's rallying up, so we'll see what it does in the morning. See if I can get a little bit in the morning off of this and see if it'll rally back up. If it starts to drop, you know, then, you know, my stop loss is going to be, you know, back here around, you know, just under 119. So we'll see what it does tomorrow, but a good one for earnings. And you see overall earnings are 78%, 1694 beats, 465 misses. So we're still looking good overall. Bitcoin, you can see Bitcoin had a nice green day. It's closed above the 5 and right on the 10, but still pretty flat in that channel. Dogecoin we covered already. It's looking really good. Nice bullish movement, looking good. So if you're not in it, just be careful getting in now, because we're not quite sure what the reaction is going to be to Coinbase bringing it in. But you know, I expect that we could possibly rally back up to close to 79 cents. You know, over the next week or two. Could happen sooner, or we could pull back. If we pull back, then you know it'd be support would be around 29 cents, you know, 27 cents, somewhere in that range. For the dollar, you can see that we're still consolidating, kind of flat on the day. The VIX, we're kind of consolidated flat. The SPY, you can see here with my wave here, you can see that we're right here, just above the 5, right here. Haven't broken up, haven't broken down. So we'll see. Just still kind of keep an eye on that SPY to see if it starts to turn on us, or if we're able to break out to new highs, you know, where we're going to go from there. Triple Qs are flat pretty much right here on the line. This line right here, just below the high of yesterday. So we'll see what that kind of brings if we start to break down here, or maybe consolidate. So semiconductors, so above all the moving averages, including the 5, more bullish movement, but not as high as what we were yesterday. IWM, so this is the Russell 2000. You can see here that that we closed above, but we pulled back towards the end of the day. So we'll see right on the support level, right above it. See if this rallies back up towards that 231, or if we're going to break back down into this channel down here. Financials, we stayed above the line, the new support line, so that's good. We're above all the moving averages, consolidating, so we could either consolidate here till it gets energy to move up, or it could possibly fill back down. But right now it's staying above the new lines here. So gold is flat for the day. Silver is in this channel, still flat for the day. Tesla came down, dropped a little bit, which kind of surprised me, but I didn't really spend time on Tesla today just because there was so much other things going on and the volumes were low. So I didn't spend much time on Tesla, but Tesla did pull back to support here at 605. If it breaks down through that, it could come back here down to this next channel, down to 200 here, around 150 or 583. If we can rally back up, it could possibly try to break back up. It's got to get over that 620, 630 range to start moving up north again. It's kind of cooled off, so we'll see. This is all cooling off here, so we'll see if Tesla goes anywhere over the next little bit. Disney broke back down. It's above it's right above the 10, but it's below the 100, the 20, the 5. So you know, I think at this point Disney's going to be off my list. I got enough here to track and to trade for at least this next little bit. So I'm probably going to bring Disney off since it's starting to break down. Could it rally back up? It could, but volumes are low. It's on a downward movement, and I got more on my list to track than I need. So I'll take this one off. So just so you know. And Riot, so Riot did well, consolidated, kind of small movement here. Watching this one though, waiting for some good movement here. But with with the cryptos kind of flat, you know, we're going to see some of these other blockchain companies flat as well, probably. Neo, but pull back down. You can see it retraced 50%. That big old breakup candle. So we'll see if it retraces back again to find support at the 100, or if it'll kind of rally back up here and move back towards, you know, getting to over that high of 43.22. So we'll see what happens, but right now it's kind of right in the middle. You know, again, about the same movement as Tesla. So we'll see what happens. But you know, I know it's long. I know it covered a lot of stocks. You don't have to track them all. You don't have to trade them all. Just find the ones that fit your plan, and just make sure that you're taking profits along the way. Be real careful with these. I mean, there's a lot of movement. If you don't have a way to get in and out of trades quickly, just trade a lot smaller size and be safe out there, because don't want you to lose money. You want to make sure you're locking in your gains and that you're profitable as a trader. But definitely subscribe to our channel, and hopefully you found this helpful. And if you did, please like it, and we'll continue to bring it on. And again, AMC, great run today. Be careful. Don't know where this is going to go. It could come up here to around over 100. It could break back down close down to 40. So just be careful over the next few days here, and just use smaller sizes on your stock if you can, just to reduce your risk. Just a recommendation, not advice. Just something that I consider always with my trades. So I hope you have a great evening, and stay safe out there.